Oh, no.
Good afternoon. Oh,
Hi.
there we go.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Very good. We've been very busy, but as usual, we are able to connect today.
It's the eustress as opposed to the distress, isn't it?
Yeah. So, how do you position this talk? Is it before your webinar or after?
Well, just let's clarify. Are you interviewing me, or I interviewing you, or we're just talking generally?
We're just talking generally, and
Okay.
if it were your class, or how do you connect this to your followers? Because I can also connect it to my followers.
So as soon as it's recorded, I'll send you the recording.
Yeah, and how about to your people? You will be disseminating it to your followers also,
Right.
right?
So that's exactly right. To understand what you want to do. So we want to talk about what we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
Yes?
or you can ask me things that are useful for your people to know us and to know the ICHC, and I will also ask you questions about what you're doing about your business.
Okay.
So maybe we can have 3 questions each, and in between follow through questions.
Okay. The video that I've sent through now focuses on positioning chaos within the quantum realm of interdependency, interconnectedness, the repatterning, perpetual harmonic renewal, that we're at the dawning of a new paradigm shift and forget about the negative old and move into the new patterns, wake up, exactly what we spoke about. Gives people an opportunity to actually stand back and visualize their new future, what it could look like, rather than have it develop themselves. And then I talk about getting root causes, resetting and realigning the body, and using, universal wisdom, the quantum electromagnetic field, and food state, nutrients, detox, etc., for our health, our home, our food, and our businesses, and then how to then position that inside a localized community. So that's now how the video looks. I have sent it through. Regarding my people, so my people are obviously high consciousness, high vibrational seekers, and what I've done with them is we've ridden the crest of the wave of the whole COVID thing. I've kept them up and dissuaded them from getting involved in the lower astral, he said, she said, who did it? And rather saying, okay, there's responsibility here. We are where we are because it's by purpose design. Let us exactly stand back, not worry about who did it, and say what we can do and work together and co-create the future. So that's really where I am at with them right now, and very much sharpening the energy, the electrons from sun, or oxygen, water, air, food, good thoughts, good creativity, good job. So we're keeping the vibration high on all the levels, keeping the electron spin tight. That's really the main thing. We work with humanity, so we're basically we're recharging the battery of humanity with the device, and working on emotions and releasing negativity and the old patterns, moving into the new. So what I'm presenting on is from within me, and what I speak to them about, and they're all on different levels of the scale in terms of shifting forward. So they wouldn't know about you. I haven't heard about you in that circles at all. So it'd be very useful for you to give us good information on how that's aligned with the truth, the universe, all those forces. Yes.
Okay, so maybe since it is gonna be familiarity from both sides, maybe you can ask a few questions that can reveal from my side any converging data that can collectively explain what we're doing all together, and it will gear towards the ICHC invitation.
Yeah, Perfect. Oh, wow. That's nice. All right. Master Del Pay, good afternoon, and thank you for your presence. Thank you for giving up your very valuable time. I know it's really on a very steep curve towards the beginning of your international conference on higher consciousness, which is starting on Saturday. And I'm delighted to be able to be contributing to a conference, on this level. So thank you for that. And you obviously have your own vision and your own reasoning for holding these conferences. Would you like to share a little bit on the background behind the ICHC?
Yeah, thank you very much, Jane, and good luck to all your listeners and followers and disciples of 365 Healthy by Choice. I'm so glad to have met you. I've been a lot to Africa and been teaching a lot there for a long time for HIV and AIDS. But in 2007 and 8, 9, I finished my jobs there, and so I went back to the U.S. But the third International Convention on Higher Consciousness is geared towards giving people the tools, the psychology, the philosophy to understand what's going on right now. Because right now we are in, I would say, an unprecedented time where there's unpredictability, ambiguity, volatility, and complexity, not only in the business marketplace, but in families, in society, and everywhere. So our biggest help with the ICHC is to explain further what's going on that is not covered by the mainstream media or the alternative media or any kind of media that support a new explanation why we are having these things these days and what can be the reason behind this so seemingly chaotic energy and what can we do altogether to move forward. So it covers a big spectrum of topic, from the new best normal, which explains really what is the best normal for most people compared to what they're talking in the television, and also what are the earth changes that are predictable, and what are the readings of a lot of seers, clairvoyants, and psychics who have been predicting many things ahead of time, which is covered also in my book, written 6 years ago, on the earth changes, the Aquarian revolution, and so on. And also the GLO-CAL economy. Speakers were invited to talk about what's going on in the global market and what's causing all this to fail. But at the same time, we need to focus the local economy and what can we do to be able to navigate the change that is not dependent on the Wall Street or the Main Street, but an alternative probably economy that is probably in a transition, but it will eventually generate the new form of financial and economic strategy of the earth and humanity. And we also have the talk about re-engineering of consciousness from human to global. So I will be the speaker for that. And it talks about what is really consciousness, what's the connection between human consciousness to global, and what's in between. If you say consciousness, what does it really mean, and how do you re-engineer consciousness in such a way that there's a predictable results? And to see the bigger picture in the global scale, to see the Earth in its entirety as an Earth planet by the scientists, which is different from the world, which has the inner world, outer world, and is different from the planetary being that is organically evolving within the galaxy and solar system, that has also initiation and requirement and purging process and karma to work out as part of the solar system, non-sacred planet yet. So it's moving towards that. So I have to explain that also, that if it's a world, there are many meanings of world, esoterically different from what is saying in the United Nations. And planet Earth, as they say, is not the same as the scientific physical Earth that is just physical, made of gases and solids. Esoterically, we regard Earth as a planetary being that has its own chakras, has its own initiation, that has an aura, that have 49 layers of subconsciousness, 7 dimensionalities and so on. So I have to explain that so that we will be taking a path that's same zip code to talk about things. Then we have also a topic on the new careers and new opportunities. What's going on in our career path today is everybody's confused whether it's an AI, a 5G, this. So I want to dispel that to our panels. What do they say about the new careers? And it's not about just the Silicon Valley careers like IT. We need to start to reformat our careers that's not dependent on the financial community or the United States community or the Chinese community. But, you know, there's so many other things we need to pursue in human sciences, social science, spiritual science, esoteric science, and healing sciences that's not covered by the scientific community. So we need to question that, and we need to look at what opportunities are still not being looked at, and maybe we can dig into that. And we have also the topics of safety to sustainability, which talks about what if there is really uncertainty and it brings anarchy, or it brings a need to survive and be safe. What would people do really? The plan B. Because if we think that plan A is just everything will be normalized and everything is nice and the government will take control, we need to see some other patterns that will lead us to plan B, to be safe, because safety and security is the prerequisite for sustainability. Without dealing with that, every other thing can be also jeopardized. And it's true that we can hope for the best, but we have to prepare for the worst.
Yeah, we do.
And then we have also the topic on evolution of consciousness through positive destruction. This is a big topic, and this will deal with the things that are not foreseen by science but are very esoterically possible. And these are the things that, how does the earth get initiated, and what are the roles of humanity, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the mineral kingdom, angelic kingdom, and the higher beings in the process of positive destruction. So the positive destruction from the elements, as well as catastrophes, as well as the global economy, as well as human afflictions like pandemic, as well as wars, and there are roles for positive destruction to construct creatively afterwards. So there are many other things. The last topic is growing stronger and wiser through change. So there are many things that are discussed here that are not about the wisdom when everything is normal. There will be probably wisdom that will be challenged when things are failing during failing times. So comparing wisdom during good times and failing times are two different things. The hero of the good times and war times are two different formula. The success formula for good times is different from failing times formula. So this has to be stimulated as a discussion point.
Absolutely, it's an enormous array of subjects, and I really think that you've capitalized on all the main topic areas. I mean, I can't think of anything that's missing there, and it is an enormous thing to tackle because, like you've said, there's many dimensions, there's interdimensional stuff, there's complexity, there's simplicity, and to demystify it all amongst this intense chaos that we're in right now, it's quite a feat, but we need to do it because behind all of this, we need to be co-creating our future. And this is what I'm finding is people need to stop and wake up and really listen to what's happening and really feel what's happening and get inside what it is for them, because there's an individual space on all our dimensions, but there's then there's also the macro space, which is the global. And if we can get into that space where we are in a high vibrational space, high consciousness, and unfold the golden mean of the DNA in our own individual space, purpose, living our purpose, serving humanity, collectively, we can, using the word maybe, engineer our future, because it is there for us, it's there for the taking. And my point is that if we don't engineer our future, someone else is going to, something else is going to. I know that our soul will take us out of our comfort zone, or what's not serving us now, take us into a space that is going to, and the law of attraction will kick in, and abundance will kick in, and everything from that. But we need to be on top of the crest of the wave, not mixed up in all the water and drowning and stuff. We need to be looking at this, from the top, and I think collectively steering ourselves towards this future, new world, new space, new humanity, and it's right within our reach. And the hope that's there is the number of conscious people that are working together, independently and together on the planet right now to shift the space. And we need to do it. We can't rely on angelic realms and things like that. We have the hands, right? We have the feet that are on the ground, and we really need to emancipate ourselves, free ourselves, and create this glorified golden new civilization, which we can. And so that's what I'm wanting to do in my presentation is definitely have a look at this localized community, because you can see it happening already. And it's not about going to the past. It's about actually taking the gems from the past and shifting now into the new space, because we're rewired. We're not in the old space. But like you said, plan A, plan B, but plan B might follow plan A. It might not be a default. It might be an engineered space where we move into the natural space. And I mentioned to you before, my center that I operate from is completely sustainable. It's off-grid. I have dynamic vegetables growing. I have genetically GMO-free chickens. I have a range of free chickens, which I brought in specifically for the transferred immunity, because some people are very sick. So I brought in all the things, my nutritional food range is based on high vibrational stuff, Master Delpay, the blue-green algae, spirulina, reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane pollen, etc. Because those are the foods that are going to give us that. You talked about wisdom. We need wisdom, and those the spin in those foods is going to escalate that. I also use a product, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Almost Gold. It's an alchemical product, and it's an energy capacitor which charges us. It charges our electromagnetic field. And most of us, the batteries are flat. 6 out of 7 people, the batteries are flat. So we need to really charge our battery, and especially with, this COVID and the fear and everybody, in this horrible space, the batteries have gone even lower. The adrenals are finished. There's chronic fatigue. So we need also, I think, the wisdom of alchemical products, natural products, to detoxify ourselves, and take into consideration the huge lifestyle factors. And I know you do a lot of that yourself and in your centers as well, sunshine and oxygen and air and water and exercise and meditation and everything for the higher purpose, for the higher good, at the highest vibrational level we can think of. That's what I'm wanting to get across, and also give people the means to do it. How do we determine root causes of disease? How do we determine the risk factors? How do we realign not only health, but our home, our food, and our businesses?
Yeah, I think what you're doing is important. There are many initiations of humanity, and every layer and tier of consciousness needs a different kind of approach, and then synthesize at the end. For people who are specialized in physical food, nutrition, they need to be the forerunners of change for that. There are people who are masters of prana, chi, and energy. They have to involve themselves to do it in correlations to the physical laws. The people who are masters of astral or emotional mental stimulation and detoxification, they need to be able to do that, plus life coaching and life mentoring. And the higher aspect of the esoteric aspect is really how to work out the karma of humanity, the karma of nations, the karma of kingdoms, between kingdoms, and also the karma of the earth being, I would say, cleansed at this time with respect to the planetary beings. So there are all kinds of resources that are being harnessed. So in the convention, we do a lot of the exoteric explanation and scientific explanation as far as science is concerned, but there's so much blunder in science that we cannot see everything just by scientific means. So there are non-scientific explanations of how things work, and there are esoteric explanations how things work. See if you can harmonize and coherently and cohesively tie up all the nuts and dots at the same time. I think the whole attendees will be able to see a holistic perspective, not in the holistic nutrition, holistic prana. No, holistic means ascending intelligence, from instinctive, from emotional, from concrete mental, from abstract, from intuitional, wisdom and psychic and higher. So that involves a lot of layers of truth unfolding, so that when we see the layers, everybody has a correct presentation. But what is right is when you digest all the correct presentation and make them coherently combined in a synthesized form and understood in one unity. And that is the job of the convention, how to uniform the exoteric, the scientific, the mystical, the spiritual, and the esoteric. So that is the challenge that we have in the convention. But since we have many speakers from scientific, from non-scientific, from mystical, from semi-mystical and spiritual or esoteric conversation, to make them the same consciousness, that is the challenge. But I think that is also the good thing, that moderation in terms of rounding it off and make sure that deep enough, wide enough, but maybe not on the conflict side. We'll not focus on the conflict side, maybe, because we don't have the time.
No, sure, absolutely. And I know also you've specifically chosen people that live authenticity, live their truth, and they are the organic, real people, because there's no real time for nonsense anymore. You know, we need to all live our truth and be the best we can be, and you know, not get sidestepped or sideswiped by other things as well. And you know, with laser sharp precision, we need to move forward. And I believe a conference like this there's going to be enormous ramifications out of it. And you know, I really look forward to listening to the whole conference. And that's what you're saying.
Yes,
so that we can absorb.
Yes, we selected people who are walking their talk, because there's a lot of theorists, there's a lot of people who are statisticians, researchers. I didn't take them. I took people who are already ahead of their time. I took people who are walking their talk. I took people who are already doing what they're doing, because this is not an experimental phase. We don't have time for that. We have to just embody and teach what we have mastered, and there's wisdom in it already. So that is why I'm very strict in selecting the speakers. I do not go for the popularity only. I do not go just for the following. I go for the real stuff. When I look at the aura people, I can see their chakras, I can see their soul, I can see if they have third eye or not, I can see their different chakras if they are functional. So functionality is one of those things that when people talk, they have done it, and there's a track record, and there's a proof of concept. It's easier to transform people when they are able to speak what they have done, and it's not about what they will do only. It's like, what are they doing now that's working, and what are the digestive information that they're preaching, and it's working for others. So this is the qualification why I chose speakers that are already navigating the change that is going on with their own wisdom, their pioneering effort, their breakthrough effort, their game changer effort, and their influencing effort.
And what I think that's wonderful. And what's also really nice is, you know, there's 10-minute slots, but there's so much opportunity thereafter for people to satisfy their needs. And, you know, again, the laws of attraction, they will be attracted to the area where they need to move into, first of all, and shift, raise consciousness, and then this whole thing is spinning in the quantum spin. I mean, I think we realize that, and it's in virtual time too. So we're adjusting in the minute, and it's just, I think it's going to be amazing to experience this and to be part of it, and for me to share with the people that I know, and for them to come in as well collectively and just raise the vibration to a really higher level. So we look forward to it. On Sunday it
Yes.
begins, and
Yeah.
I will send out.
You'll be in the panel of the GLO-CAL economy. It's
Yes.
not just the economy as finance. It can be anything that produces the new economy, the new ways of barter, the new ways of servicing people. Because economy is not really the Wall Street only. They had just nailed it down to the American strategy. But really, reality is that we can create an economy that's not just based on the tertiary wealth, which is the paperworks and ETF and the derivatives and the stock market. We need to go back to our very core ground of the primary wealth of humanity is like tangible things, the food, the land, the things, and then the services are the secondary. So we need to bring it back into the real economy, which is our basic needs, basic food, basic water, basic air, and basic life. And mastery of life is mastery of basic. I always say that. So just again, to repeat that, you will, I think, hopefully champion a lot of what you're doing in the global economy panelists, and you will be sharing some of the, I would say, best topics of this convention, because it is like the bigger one, the global economy affected by local produce or local efforts, like your efforts today, getting this 365 health by choice.
Yes, well, you know what, we become masters in our field, and I really look forward to sharing, you know, on a practical, localized community level, what to do. You know,
Yeah,
options.
Yeah, you can invite the audience to look at your website and to investigate the choices that you would be offering them, and that would be good to share in the Q&A, so that you can spell out what are really you doing for people and what are you doing for humanity, and that is the follow through. And also we will have post ICHC forums to join all the speakers together, so that they can, I would say, coherently synthesize their wisdom and knowledge together, so it's useful, not the hit and run. Because I attend a lot of conferences. I'm a speaker almost every other day or every week, and there's no follow through, and there's a hit and run, go, and then move, and then speak in another conference. Now this time, this is carefully crafted, that in the second conference we had been following for the whole year what people are doing, what they're doing, what they're not doing. And this time we'll be more even connected, because the speakers have to be really discussing how can they work together, how can they share their networks, how can they share their products, how can they benefit from each other's service and product. And then the people who are not speakers, they will have to connect to the speakers to even inquire deeper into the subject matter, so that there's an education, there's an unlearning, and there's a relearning process.
Yeah, sure. What I was even thinking was, because we talked before about this, there's so many facets to what I'm presenting, and there's only that amount of time, that I was thinking and suggested to Vic earlier that maybe we should offer a free webinar follow-up where people can come in and just ask more questions. I'm very happy to do that. Yes. Complimentary. Yeah. I'm very happy. You can come in too.
Yes, I think people can pitch that one at the end, and that will be part of the question that will be asked, that what else can you do with the group. So you can offer that we have a free webinar on this date and that, so you can catch, you have the catching basin for that.
I think so.
And other speakers might also endorse their own programs and so on.
Yeah, perfect. Let's do that. I'm really with you on the follow-on side. We've got to do that, because again, otherwise it's just effervesces into nowhere, and we don't have time for that.
Yeah, and also we don't want to waste our resources and talent by just speaking in 10 minutes and then follow through independently for each other. We need to combine powers, so that everyone will become empowered rather than just individuals.
And you know, I think your 24 speakers, I'm sure they've spent a lot of time preparing. You know, I mean, certainly I have, because I want to be spot on with you and give my very best. So we're ready, and well, let's create the future and take it all in and drink it all in.
Yes.
It's going to be a
And
feast.
I'm very glad that you are part of the team that will stimulate humanity into the new level and bring not only the best normal, but really the new humanity and the new world needs a new way of leading life, navigating the change. And we should really grow stronger and wiser through these changes. And we have to be the game changers if nobody does it. We don't have to depend only on a few scientists, because sometimes the science is good, but the scientist is not too good.
Yeah, it all depends on who's paying who, hey?
Yes. Anyway, we'll be in touch, and please invite
Yes.
your followers and disciples and students, and we will also show this to other people, okay?
Perfect, 100%. I'm going to send you a link.
All right, good luck. As November 8th and November 15th,
Yes.
and the bit.ly, bit.ly/ICHC Global. That's the, and when they want to inquire, they can just go there if they do not contact you, okay? bit.ly/ICHC Global.
I'll put it on the message with the
Yes.
link. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Jane, and good luck to you and to your followers.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Look forward to Sunday. Bye, Master Delpe.
Sure.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.